Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome. Just want to invite you to just take a breath. Just settle into this moment. And remember that you're not here by accident. Something within you brought you here tonight. A longing, a curiosity, a readiness, something. So let us begin in consciousness. Join with me. There is a power and presence in the universe. It is infinite, creative, and intelligent. Everywhere present equally, all powerful and all knowing, and I know that I am one with it. And it is in that oneness that I discover I too am powerful. I relax into that awareness and I live from that understanding beginning right now. And what a difference it makes. I feel powerful and connected. I feel confident and poised. I feel like I am in the right place, doing all the right things. So I'm at peace with all of it. I'm at peace with the journey. I'm at peace with the ups and downs. I'm just at peace because I know that I am a conduit or a portal for the divine. And with that in mind, I release these ideas into the law, knowing that it is done and that all is well. And I let that be the truth. And together we say, and so it is. Our land acknowledgement. We are honored to be meeting on these lands that many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people from across Turtle Island have called home. We acknowledge and thank the original caretakers and knowledge keepers of this territory. We also give thanks to all other Indigenous peoples, recorded and unrecorded, who have shared responsibility for this area. Recognizing our ultimate oneness and acknowledging our reality, past and present, we commit to moving forward in a spirit of mutual cooperation. For we are one. Miigwech. Well, our theme for May is creative expression and inspired action. Yes, there's not much manifesting if we don't combine the two, get them in balance. So tonight we're going to explore a really powerful spiritual truth. And it's the one that I think most of us struggle with the most, is that we are not separate from spirit. We are the portal through which spirit enters the world. We're not separate from spirit. We're one with. Were you aware of that? Did you fully understand that? That's exactly who you know, where you are and what you have? And the truth is that it's not someday, and it's not, you're not one with the universe, when you're healed enough, or not when you are spiritual enough or successful enough or especially perfect enough. Yeah. Now, right now, exactly as you are, exactly as you are the portal for spirit to manifest on this blue ball that we live on. Yeah. So I love the image of the portal, like it's something that just kind of resonates. Like I think of a conduit, where energy flows in both directions, in and out, in and out. And if we are a conduit for the divine, then there's always that moment to be willing to accept it. Yes. So we spend, a great deal of our time waiting for spirit to arrive from wherever it is. We wait for a sign, a miracle, a booming voice from the sky. Meanwhile, spirit is sitting there going, I've been trying to enter the room through you the whole time. And somehow, the infinite doesn't need another mountain. It needs another or more human beings available to do consciousness work. Yeah, and that's us. That's us. So here's the image for tonight. Light doesn't enter a room until someone opens the blinds or turns on a light switch. The sun may already be shining outside, but if the blinds stay closed, the room remains dark. Right? And so it is with us. If we don't let it, if we don't open that portal to allow it, then we don't get to experience it. But the truth is that spirit is always present, love is always present, and wisdom is always present. Spirit, love, and wisdom. But we're the opening. This is where the challenge comes in. We are the opening. So we're the place where infinite life becomes visible. And sometimes the blinds are closed because of fear. And sometimes because of shame. Sometimes because someone long ago convinced us we were too broken, too bad, too sensitive, too different, too much, or not enough. And still the light never stops shining. So what happened, do you think? Yeah, we blocked the flow. We blocked the flow. We sat back and said, oh, what I'm doing is enough. I can sit back now and have a nap. Oh, yeah, it's all good. I don't need to do anything more. We sometimes live like that. Like we go, oh, I tried to meditate. It didn't work, so I gave up. How many times did you try? Once. For how long? 5 minutes. Maybe try again. Here's the thing, and I'm just going to tell this quickly because it isn't actually part of the talk tonight, but the idea of meditation is, creating that space for spirit. That's exactly what it is. And so it's not about completely emptying the mind, although that will happen on occasion, and it's pretty great when it does. But regardless of what's happening in the mind, the universe is still present and active and ready. It's already ready. Doesn't have to get there, it's already there. So when we think about that we're one with this force that is all-knowing, all-powerful, and everywhere present equally. I am one with that. And what does that suggest? It suggests that I, too, am powerful. I have access to that power, right? I, too, am knowledgeable. I have access to the knowledge. Now, I may not be everywhere present. However, I am connected to everything because I'm one with it. So, with that knowledge, I'm shocked when people don't completely change their lives. It's like, how could you not? When you get this idea that I am a portal for the divine to flow in and through, that's like powerful stuff. So sometimes because someone long ago convinced us we were too broken or too loud or too sensitive or too different or too much, or maybe not enough, that life got a little more difficult. It's like the blinds were closed, but the sun was still shining. The light never stopped shining. It was still there. What stopped was the receptivity to a different idea than the one that had been planted. So we want to pay attention to who we allow in our lives to be a planter or depositor of information, because they may or may not be doing the best thing for us. Okay? The thing that, really fascinates me most is that, as much as, we believe that, spirit created galaxies, but somehow it can't possibly work through us. Seems to be a little bit of a dichotomy there. So we'll say things like, oh no, spirit couldn't use me. I still get anxious in Costco. I'm not enough. Meanwhile, spirit is like, I made ducks, raccoons, and platypus, anteaters. I work with all kinds of material. Seriously, though, the divine has never required perfection. Spirit requires willingness. So are you willing? Are you willing to step into your life in a new way? Are you willing to step forward in a way that causes you to really stand tall and confident and to be that portal for the divine to flow freely in and out? That ideas come to you that are, wow, completely remarkable. And how did that happen? Sometimes things happen and you go, how the devil did that happen? Well, I don't think it was the devil doing it. Well, we don't actually believe in the devil, but the idea that, something happened that really required a lot of moving pieces to all be in the right place at the right time to resolve or handle all this situation. Well, I just had that experience a week and a half ago. My husband and I went to a memorial service in Quebec City. It was a family member, a cousin who had passed. And so we got to spend time with family. It was really great. And a friend of mine was in Montreal having a surgical procedure. That happened on the Thursday. So I checked in and said, hey, we'll be driving through Montreal on Sunday. How about I stop and say hi? And it was like, yeah, stop by. Come have lunch. And I'm like, I don't know how you're feeling. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. The husband was there. It was all good. So we went, yeah, great. Let's do that. So we stop in Montreal and we get there and, lunch is all laid out and her husband had done such a beautiful job of it. And we're sitting around chatting and I noticed he's rubbing his head and he's looking just a little bit off. And I knew that he was having this challenge because his wife had told me prior to me getting to the apartment. And I said, why don't you go to the ER? No, I've got to look after her. She needs my help while she's recovering. And I said, well, we're here. Pierre and I are here. Go. We've got her. We'll do whatever needs to be done. And he was like, okay, then. And off he went. And when he got there and explained what was going on, they immediately made him a priority. and he got a CT scan, which showed a brain bleed. And they did surgery a number of hours later. Now, what's interesting, now he was in hospital until Thursday. He got out on Thursday and, had another MRI or CT today and doing very, very well, which is awesome news. But here's the thing. Think about all of the moving pieces that it took for us to actually be in Quebec at this particular point in time. We were not planning a trip to Quebec at all, but Pierre's cousin died in November in Lithuania. Took a long time to get his ashes back here and get the death certificate created and all of that. So the funeral ended up being on May 2nd. May 2nd. Died in November. That's a long wait. But then to, have it turn out that this was the perfect timing for us to be in Montreal to assist my friend and her husband. I mean, he may well have died had we not shown up. You see, the universe works in remarkable ways, and it works through each one of us. It's not doing something to us. It is working through, okay? And because it's working through us, it is creating an energy that if we will listen to what's coming, everything would flow really quite easily. It would be amazing. But we don't listen. We could have very well thought, oh, Sunday morning, we're a little tired. Oh, let's just get back home. And phoned her up and said, you know what, we're kind of beat. So we're just going to head straight home. We didn't do that. I just knew it was really important that we go for a little visit. That's it. I like to visit, members of the center and friends of the center and stuff. So I'm always trying to, chat with or set something up with someone. So it's fascinating to think of all the moving pieces that had to come together to create this opportunity. When we listen, it's like magic happens. But it truly isn't magic. It's just the natural outpicturing of the law of mind. That's it. So simple. So very simple. So very simple. Hard? Yes, definitely hard. Definitely hard. So one of the deepest spiritual wounds that many carry is that we're separate. We're separate from source. We're separate from spirit. We're separate from love. We're separate from belonging. And because we're separate, we cannot imagine a time when we would be reconnected in a way that's loving and powerful and positive. So from the belief comes striving, and we spend years trying to become worthy of what has already been given. But what if worthiness is not earned? What if your existence itself is evidence of divine intention? You're not a mistake. Spirit is trying to correct. Now, what if your existence itself is evidence of that divine intention? And you being open allows spirit to use you for something bigger than maybe you've done yourself. So we want to look at the questions that we ask. Am I worthy? Am I worthy? We're the only one who can decide that. And what we decide will be our reality. So if we think I'm not worthy, well, that's going to mirror for us everywhere. And we will begin to believe I am unworthy. So the idea today is to open up to that absolute powerful conduit that connects mind to outcome. And just know that wherever you are and whatever's going on for you, you have the ability to tap in. You have the ability to tap in. There's no place where you are completely disconnected. So I want you to think about this. The people who changed their lives. Often it wasn't because they were able or rich or famous or flawless. Sometimes it was simply because they were present. Someone listened, someone believed, and someone, this itchy nose. When we are present in our lives, we are more open to spirit. And when we're open to spirit, we're open to really remarkable things happening, things that appear miraculous. But the truth is, they're just natural when we get out of the way. The conduit is always there. I want you to ask yourself a question. It's a soul question. And instead of journaling or anything, what I want you to do is type the answer that comes to you in the chat. But I want you to do it quick, intuitively. I don't want you to ponder and think about it or whatever. I've got to get the right answer. There are no wrong answers, so it makes it really easy. So the soul question is this: who are you? And the chat is open, so you can put your responses in the chat. Who are you? Keep going, everybody. A word, a short phrase. As we begin to ponder who we really are, it's fascinating. So Verna wrote, I'm a child of God. Natasha, I am that I am. Perry DaCosta, I am the divine, expressing as Perry, wandering back home. Pierre wrote, I am light. Lisa put capable. Jonathan, a good neighbor. Denise, a good friend, sister and daughter. I put, I am love expressing. Nick put pure energy. See, sometimes when we think about who we are, we immediately go to, well, I'm Barbara, or I'm the Reverend, or I'm the founder of the Universal Joy Center. I'm mother, grandmother, wife, right? I'm all of these things, but those are not who I am. They are the what about me. What position do I hold, or what is it that I do? And so what we want to do is back it up a little bit further and go deep inside of ourselves and just think about, who am I? And then trust what comes up. And we can, maybe touch base on that next week. Trust what comes up. I am powerful. I am peaceful. I am joy. I am there's lots of words. And it's just a matter of finding the ones that match the energy that we're putting out. So I invite you to keep thinking about that so that you can begin to live in a freer, more powerful way as we move forward, right? So let that sit with you. Ask the question, maybe ask it at bedtime. Who am I? You'll likely wake up with an answer. Yeah. It's fascinating. It really is fascinating because each one of us, we've really bought into the idea that I am this person. I am a mother, a teacher. Okay. So I want you to reflect on something for a little while this week. Think about the people who changed your life. Might be one, might be two, might be five. Who are the people who changed your life? So often it wasn't because they were rich or famous or flawless. Sometimes it was simply because they were present. Someone listened. Someone believed in you. Someone smiled at the corner once. Spirit entered your life through ordinary human beings. That's the portal. And whether you realize it or not, you have already been that for others too. So the world right now does not simply need more opinions. There are plenty of those. Just go online, you will see. What it needs are more portals. So more people willing to let compassion move through them, wisdom move through them, joy move through them. And here's the beautiful part. You do not have to force spirit. You only need to stop blocking it. Mm-hmm. Fear blocks, resentment blocks, self-hatred blocks, but presence opens. So I want you to think about how you think about yourself. I want you to think about who you believe yourself to be. I want you to really spend some time considering all that you are and what that means in the world. And does it serve to play small? Does it serve to be afraid of people around you? Is this serving you or is it hindering? And once you get clear on that, it makes it easier to open up. Yes, a lot easier to open up. All righty. Well, I hope something said or done has touched a little spark in you. But meanwhile, we'll now have Kathy come with our offering message.
Hi, everyone. Well, as Barbara mentioned, our monthly theme is creative expression and inspired action. And creative expression is energy and motion, and generosity keeps that motion flowing. This center thrives because of your willingness to give. Your offering today is more than financial. It's an act of faith in love, growth, and community. If you feel called, consider becoming a joy partner through monthly giving. Ongoing gifts of any size provide the steady support that allows this center to plan, to grow, and to serve with stability and vision. Whether you give once or monthly, you're a part of this spiritual momentum. And thank you for keeping it moving. So if you can all repeat after me, a short blessing. Divine love flows through me. As I give, I receive. My gift blesses this community and returns to me multiplied. I am part of a living, growing good, and together we thrive. And so it is. And the ways you can give are you can do an e-transfer to admin@ujoyc.ca, or you can go to our website at ujoyc.ca and click on the donate button. or you can mail a check to the Universal Joy Center at 28 Sir Raymond Drive, Toronto, Ontario, M1E 1C2. And now we do have many opportunities for you to join us. Our theme this month, as I mentioned, is creative expression and inspired action. Be sure to join us each week as we take a deep dive into this topic. We also have a new class that will begin on June 5th, based on the book, The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself by Michael Singer. This course will be 10 weeks, therefore ending on August the 7th. It will be at 10 a.m. in the mornings, and that is a Friday morning. You can find the information about this and all classes, events, and general information, including the link to our Wednesday Joy Gathering, on our website at ujoyc.ca. And for those of you who are watching on Facebook or YouTube, thank you for joining us this evening. And please like, share, subscribe. Also, feel free to join us in the Zoom room. Now, if you would like us to answer questions, meet other members, or simply enjoy some conversation, the link is in the chat. And now Barbara will return and give us a closing treatment.
Thank you, Kathy. So let us join together in consciousness as we close off this formal part of our service today and begin our conversation together. And keep in mind, if you want to join the conversation or you just want to listen in, that's okay. You don't have to turn your camera on or your mic on if you don't want to, but you can still be part of the energy of conversation. So let us join together. The infinite and the absolute is right here where I am. It is the energy of life itself. It is a journey that I walk and a life that I adore. This journey of possibility is one where I awaken to a deeper sense of who I am, where I go past my name or my job, and I move instead into a place of, yes, yes, my beloved, I am here. I take time every day to simply be with spirit, to simply be with people. And it's in this place that I found a great deal of serenity. And that serenity is life-giving. It is fuel. And I absolutely love it when that happens. So I'm filled with a deep sense of gratitude and well-being, knowing that this infinite, eternal universe is a part of me. In fact, it really is the all of me, right? Because we're all connected. So knowing this and feeling a deep sense of gratitude, feeling inspired by what I've shared and what I've learned, that I take these ideas and I release them to the law where it is done. All is well. And together we say, and so it is. All right.